back to a special edition of News Nation Live in the heart of the financial district. We are just steps away from already where thousands of protesters have gathered and many more are expected in the next few hours here. And joining me now is Washington Post columnist Ezra Klein. Ezra, thanks for joining us. You know, we were just standing here and I'm looking at my tweets, and it is amazing the reaction that you're getting. One half of the tweets I've received saying this is laughable, these people are a joke. The other half are saying shut up, this is what our country's about, and get your facts straight, they do have a mission. It's split on even how to process what we're seeing here.
Frankly, I think here is split on how to process what we're seeing. I've been here for a couple hours. It's not an enormous amount of time, I should be sure. But people here, some of the conversations you have are mind-bending. Some are very sophisticated, pragmatic, savvy. Some people want to end the Federal Reserve. Other people want to tax Wall Street. Some people support Barack Obama. Others think the entire political system is hopelessly corrupt. There have been some Tea Party folks here. It's diverse, and I think anybody who's not taking it seriously, I think it's a very open question what it'll become. But obviously, there is a sentiment out there that we in the country, there's 9% unemployment, 16% underemployment plus unemployment. Of course there's fury at Wall Street. Of course there's fury at the decisions being made by the folks in power. This sentiment is real. What it turns into is still an open question, but the sentiment is real.
What do you think was the real catalyst, and not the magazine that's based in Vancouver, not the emails that have gone out, really to stop your day, to come down here, let alone to sleep, you know, on the ground here for 19 days for this movement? What was the straw that broke the camel's back? Because of that list of things you named, we've been seeing these problems.
Oh, yeah. You know, and there are a lot of folks asking themselves the same question. There are groups that have been occupying Bank of Americas all over the country. There are groups trying to get debt relief for homeowners. Why did this one hit the zeitgeist? I mean, possibly it's because this was a direct action group. This was a group that used very aggressive protest methods, got arrested, frankly, got a number of reporters arrested along with them, which very much helped with coverage. Yeah. And then in doing, got coverage from folks like you and I, folks like the Network, the New York Times, the Washington Post, and that allowed it to grow and grow and grow. But nevertheless, it could have been another one. There's a zeitgeist here, and that again is why I think it's important. It's not really about this particular group of people in this one park per se. It's about them tapping into something that's real and creating space for people to do something they frankly already want to do.
I want to play something that Fed Chairman Ben Bernanke said. He said that there's some justification for these protests. He commented while testifying to Congress yesterday. Let's play it.
I would just say very generally, I think people are quite unhappy with the state of the economy and what's happening. They blame with some justification the problems in the financial sector for getting us into this mess. And they're dissatisfied with the policy response here in Washington. And at some level, I can't blame them. Certainly, 9% unemployment and very slow growth is not a very good situation.
Interesting comment. He says, I can't blame them. There's some justification with Wall Street. I mean, this is, in a sense, a mildly worded vindication.
And it's interesting because a lot of these folks are targeted at the Fed. There are a bunch of End the Fed signs in there. The Chicago group, the Chicago Occupy Chicago, that happened on the Chicago Fed property, is my understanding, right across the street from it. So the Fed is a target, but Bernanke, in that whole testimony yesterday, you got the feeling that if he weren't chairman of the Federal Reserve, he'd be out here with a sign. I mean, he was like shaking Congress by the shoulders, grabbing by the scruff of the neck and saying, stop it. Look at what is going on. Stop it. Stop messing around. The economy is too fragile for this nonsense. And frankly, I think some of what's going on here, they may not have the same solutions, but it's similarly, you guys seem completely out of touch with the amount of pain out there.
Real quick, the timing of all of this in relation to the upcoming election. Is Washington paying attention?
Washington's paying attention, and a bunch of...
Mitt Romney says
it's class warfare, but John Larson, chairman of the Democratic House Caucus today, came out and said he applauds them. Louise Slaughter, ranking member of the Rules, came out and said she is so proud of them. So you are seeing an effort. A lot of Democrats think this is going to go mainstream. Maybe it'll be like a Tea Party that is more on their side, although certainly not perfectly affiliated with them, and they want to get out in front of it, and they're deeply in sympathy with it.
All right. Thank you very much, Ezra.
Thank you.
I know you're going to get back in and talk with a lot of the people, and we'll see what happens in a couple of hours. Thank you very much. When these folks behind me merge with thousands of others who are waiting to join them here. In the meantime, Salon.com's Justin Elliott will join me, as well as the Daily Beast's Zachary Karabell. We are hearing insight from some of the best who've been out here covering this, and we'll have more news for you.